Good morning students, welcome back to video class 3. In my last two previous video classes, we have discussed the important terms which are used in LPP that comes under model 1, and also we discussed important terms in the second module like surplus variable and slack variables, and definition along with the condition when to use slack variable and surplus variables also we have discussed, along with the examples also I have discussed in the last previous video classes. And also we have discussed what is the standard form of LPP for a simplex method also you have discussed, and how to convert or how to bring your LPP into standard form also you have discussed. Based upon that, you have solved one numerical method using simplex method in the last previous video class. In this video class again you are going to solve one more numerical problem using simplex method. So before going for solving, once again I am going to recall what is the standard form of LPP for a simplex method. So whenever you got the LPP problem, just look after the first thing is that whether the objective function is maximization or minimization. That's what the standard form of first method tells about. The objective function should be always maximization. Whenever the problem is given, just look whether the objective function is maximization or minimization. The second thing is that all the constants should be converted into equations logically by applying some mathematical techniques. It means that whenever the constant they are given like less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, we need to convert into equality sign by applying slack variable and surplus variable. If the constant contains less than or equal to, then we need to apply slack variable, converting your inequality sign into equality sign. Okay, whenever the problem is given or so, it means that when the constant is given greater than equal to sign, then you need to apply surplus variable in order to convert that greater than equal to sign into equality sign. The next thing is what the RHS of all inequalities should be non-negative. Understood? Nothing but in constant, if the right hand side should be always positive values. In case if it is negative value is there, we need to convert into positive value by applying minus throughout that particular equation. Okay, see, these are some of the things you need to follow for conversion of a linear programming problem into standard form for simplex method. Okay, just look at the problem now. The maximum z is equal to x1 plus x2 plus 3x3. This is our objective function. The first thing that you have to look after whether the problem is given maximization or minimization. Okay, since our problem is maximization, there is no any conversion here directly. Okay, and that will be subjected to 3x1 plus 2x2 plus x3 less than equal to 3, and 2x1 plus x2 plus 2x3 less than equal to 2, and all the variables x1, x2, x3 greater than equal to 0. The rule is over now. That's because they are directly they can maximization directly or taken as they directly will take maximization problem. Okay, next thing is what we need to convert our inequality signs into equality sign in the constraint. Okay, now I told in this case the constants are subjected to less than equal to sign. Whenever you have a less than equal to sign, then you have to apply your slack variables. These are the positive values which will going to be added to the left hand side of the constraint to convert your inequality sign into equality sign. That positive value is nothing but slack variable. Okay, see here I have done slack variable, that is my subjected to first. Before adding to maximization z objective s1 s2 to the objective function, just to concentrate on first constant values, that is we are going to convert now 3x1 plus 2x2. See here I am converting 3x1 plus 2x2 plus x3 plus s1 equal to 3. Our s1 nothing but it is a slack variable, that is first slack variable. And similarly go for second equation, 2x1 plus x2 plus 2x3 plus s2 is equal to 2. That is our second slack variable. Here s1 s2 are called what? Slack variable. Whenever your slack variable is added to the constraint, the same thing you need to add to the objective function, but whose values will be considered, nothing but whose coefficient will be considered as a 0. Okay, then I have solved here. And one more thing, again you need to represent x1, x2, x3, s1, s2 all should be greater than equal to 0. This is the condition. Understood? See, once again I'll tell you the given LPP is our objective function is maximization problem. There is no issue here. Directly we need to start with the converting of your inequality equation into equality equation. Second step, I have converted applying slack variables, and same slack variable is going to be added to the objective function, but whose coefficients will be considered 0, 0. This is our constant. And also you have to look after whether our right hand side constants will be positive or negative. Since they are positive, no issue. Directly go into the next step now. Next you go for next step. Next step is what? Creation of table. Creation of table. I told in the last video class, the first row C suffix O nothing but coefficient of objective function. Coefficient of objective function. What is the coefficient of objective function? Let us see here. See here, just to observe solution condition there, z is equal to maximum z is equal to x1 x2 plus 3x3 plus s1 0 s1 plus 0 s2 is there. That is called coefficient value we need to represent. X1 for z equation with our objective function, x1 coefficient is what? 1. For similarly x2 1, similarly x3 3, similarly s1 and s2 0, 0. That's what I represent 1 1 3 0 0. Those are called coefficient of objective functions. Next come for second row, BV I represent, that is called basic variables. Always you need to, in case of basic variable, you need to represent only slack variables. Here slack variables are nothing but what? S1 and S2. That's what I represented below the BV column. Below the BV column I represent S1 and S2. Those two are basic variables. Next, C suffix B are represent. What are those? Coefficient of basic variables in objective function. Coefficient of basic variable in objective function. See here, coefficient of basic variables, S1 and S2 coefficient of basic variable objective function. That's what I present 0 0 here. Okay, C suffix B1 is coefficient of basic variables in objective function. Here basic variables are what? S1 and S2 whose coefficient will be 0 0. Understood? See, this is what your second row tells about. Next comes here. Here S1 and S2, nothing but here 1 2 3 R3 third row fourth row always representing constraint. R3 representing the first constraint, R4 representing second constraint. Okay, just to observe here. Here for R3 we need to represent the coefficients of coefficient of constraint. First constraint values you need to represent. What are the coefficients of first constraint? 3 2 1 1. See here, that's what I'm presenting here exactly at x1 column and R3 row. X1 variable is how much for the first constraint? That is 3. Similarly for x2 2. Similarly for x3 1 and s1 1, s2 0, and RHS value nothing but is equal to RHS value is how much? 3. That's what I represent 3. Similarly your R4 nothing but row 4 you need to representing that is representing nothing but second constraint. We need to representing x1 x2 x3 s1 s2 coefficients regarding the second constraint you need to represent. Here your constraint here second constraint is what now? 2x1 plus x2 plus 2x3 plus s2. Yes or no? Here that what next what? That's the value you represent here. For here x1 is coefficient is 2 1 2 2 1 2 0 1 and whose RHS value will be 2. That's what I have represented here. Okay, next Z equation. How to solve the Z equation? That we will going to discuss now. Once again I will going to repeat the step 1 how to create your table. First you create in the first row coefficient of objective function. My objective function is what now? Coefficients. Objective function coefficient is what now? Just observe solution in that maximum Z is equal to x1 coefficient is 1, x2 coefficient is 1, x3 coefficient is 3 and s1 and s2 will be 0, it means 1 1 3. See here 1 1 3 0 0. Okay, represented in second row BV basic variables. Okay, under that column basic variables will be always taken as s1 and s2. Okay, basic variables nothing but always you are going to take as slack variables s1 and s2. Okay, in CBO coefficient of basic variables, coefficient of basic variable in objective function. See here basic variables in objective function are what I have taken s1 and s2 whose coefficient will be always 0, that what I have represented in CBO column 0, 0. Understood? Next, in third row, I am representing nothing but R3, R4 under x1, x2, x3, s1, x2. All are coefficients of first constraint, second constraints. Okay. Here we need to represent first constraint value. So here coefficient x1, x2, x3, s1 values are 3, 2, 1, 1. x2 is absent now. Okay. x2 is absent. Nothing but 3, 2, 1, 1. x2 is not there, 0. Similarly for constraint 2, 2, 1, 2, 0, 1. And RHS value will be 3, 2. Understood or not? See, this is how we need. Okay, once you fill all the coefficient values of the constraints, then you go for calculation of Z equation. How to calculate the Z equation? Next you will go to see in the next slide. See, again I represent the same table, that same representing the same table. Now how to calculate? Based upon the Z equation, we need to decide which is our key column, and also based upon some other formula we are going to decide key row and also key element. See, these are the next step. Okay. Next, Z equation. How to calculate Z equation now? Z equation can be calculated by using formula Z is equal to summation of just to observe C suffix BO into xi column minus of coefficient of objective function. Okay, see here for under x1 column now. Okay, we're going to calculate. How to calculate now? How represent now? 0 into 3. Okay, summation of C suffix BO into xy column, sorry, x column minus coefficient of objective function. Nothing but 0 into 3 plus 0 into 2 is equal to 0 minus of nothing but minus coefficient of objective function is 1. If you do it, you are going to get minus 1. Similarly, for Z equation under x2, 0 into 2 plus 0 into 1, okay, minus of 1 equal to minus 1. And under, see, under x, Z equation under x3 is equal to 0 into 1, 0 into 2, 0, minus 3 equal to minus 3. Similarly, Z equation under S1, 0 into 1, 0 into 0 is nothing but 0 minus of 0 equal to 0. Next is what? Z equation under S2 now, 0 into 0, 0 into 1, 0, minus 0. Okay, you got the values now. Minus 1, minus 1, minus 3, 0, 0. See, this is how you are going to calculate Z equation. Okay, applying the formula summation of C under C suffix BO into xi minus C1 nothing but objective function of coefficient of objective function. See, in that, so now we need to decide which one is key column and which one is the key row along with key element. Now, in Z equation, the element which is having maximum negative value, okay, we need to select now. In that maximum negative value is minus 3. That minus 3, that column, entire column, think about x3 column is now it is called as a key column, and it is also called as element, nothing but entering column, entering element, I can say, entering one, nothing but entering column, I can say. Okay, now you need to search for, next is what? Leaving row. You need to search for leaving row. Okay, which row I need to replace by which column now. Okay, now how to calculate our key row now? See, key column is calculated whenever in Z equation which is having maximum negative sign, that corresponding vertical column is nothing but key column. Now how to calculate key row now? To find key column, select maximum negative value in Z equation, that is, determine key row now or leaving variable. Okay, now RHS divided by x3, RHS divided by x3, x3 now nothing but RHS value. Similarly, in first constraint, what is the RHS value? 3. Similarly, for second constraint, what is the RHS value? 2. In that, corresponding x3 value is nothing but, for example, see here, RHS divided by minimum. In that, first constant is RHS value is 3 divided by x3, below x3 value which is 1. Okay, 3. Similarly, for RHS value is 2, for corresponding x3 value is what? 2. 2 by 2 is equal to 1, 3 by 3. In that, minimum positive value you need to select. Both are positive anyway. If it is negative also, you have to forget and you have to take minimum positive value. In that minimum positive value what? 1. And which row? That is S2. Now S2 is called what? Leaving variable or key row. Okay, key row. Understood or not? See, first step representing the table. In that calculation of z equation, the calculation of z equation going to help us to calculate key column. Okay, and next is what, in order to find out the key row, now RHS divided by, in this problem, x3 you need to divide, RHS divided by x3. In that minimum value you need to select, in that minimum positive value you need to select, that row is called as key row, or also it is also called as leaving variable. Now intersection of key row and key column, that element is called key element. In that, key element is 2 now. Understood? Now you got the idea. Now next you go for, after calculation of key row, key element and key column, next you go for next step. Now next step is what? First iteration. So this problem, z equation, okay, suppose in z equation, if at all get all the positive values, then we need to stop it here and go for getting the solution. In case, suppose in case if you got negative values, then you go for iteration method, nothing but first iteration, second issue, you go for next first iteration. In that, if you not got the values, all z equation is not positive, then you go for second iteration, like that, until unless you got z equation equal to greater than equal to 0, then you're not supposed to stop it. Okay, since our z equation contains negative values, I cannot stop it here, I need to go for iteration now. Okay, see, this is my first iteration. Again, same, create the table. Okay, it create a slight variation will be there. I will tell you that. In the first word, coefficient of objective function, c suffix o. In that, as it is, you need to write what is the objective function here, coefficients of objective functions here. Similarly taken 11330, 11300. Okay, same thing, bp. In that side, difference will going to come across. Now basic variable, quotient of basic variables are now s1 now. Okay, s1. Now here I told, just once you find out the key column, key variable, nothing but key column, nothing but entering variable, and key row, nothing but leaving variable. Now here s2 will going to be replaced by x3. Here x2 will be replaced by x3. Okay, that in that. Okay, s1, coefficient of s1 in objective function is what? 0, whereas coefficient of x3 variable in objective function is how much? 3. See, represented 3. That I represented here in CPO column, nothing but coefficient of basic variable in objective function. Okay, now you got the idea or not? Here key column is always considered as a entering variable, and key row is always called as a leaving variable. That particular row will be replaced by nothing but variables of objective function will be exchanged here. Here s2 will going to be replaced by x3, and corresponding value will have represented in c suffix bo column. For s1 it will be 0 as it is in the previous column table, and whereas x3 is corresponding value in the objective function is variable function is 3. That's what I represent now. And now how to represent now coefficient values of x1, x2, x3, s1, x2 along first constant, second constant will going to be now discussed along with z equation. Now I present x3. There x3 corresponding x1, x2, x3, s1, x2 variable in that row, nothing but here fourth row, nothing but second constant. I represent 1 by 2, 1 0, 1 by 2, 1. How I got now? No, x3 row elements can be, x3 row is being found out by dividing your x1, x2, x3, s1, x2 elements, each element, nothing but in x3 row corresponding x1 column, x2 column, x3 column, s1 and s2 columns, those values will going to be, okay, divided by key element. See here actually this is the key element will be there here. You got the idea or not? First what exactly will be there? See, old value is x1 is value is 2. Okay, if it is old with variables here, 2 will be there. Understood or not? This 2 will be divided by 2. How much value you got? 1. I got represent 1 now. Now 1 is there. 1 divided by 2, again it is 1 by 2. Similarly you go for 2. 2 and 2 it's current 2 divided by 2 1. Similarly 0 divided by 2 0. Similarly 1 will be there in old table. Okay, 1 divided by 2 1 by 2. 2 divided by 2 in RHS column, it will become 1 now. You got the idea or not? See, in the first table, while creating for first second table, there one variable will going to be exchanged now. Nothing but some variable will be replaced by some x3 s1 variable, s2 variable will be replaced by either x variables. Okay, that corresponding coefficient value will be in the objective function will be written. Next, corresponding row will be there, no, nothing but corresponding here entering row will be there. That row is going to be represented by old value divided by key element. You need to divide now. Okay, here old value, what are the old values there? 2 there, and key element is what? 2 divided by 2 1. That's what I have represented in x3 row under x1 column. Okay, similarly old value is 1 in the last table and key element is 2. If you represent it become 1 by 2. Similarly 2 by 2 it become 1. 0 divided by 2 0. 1 by 2 become 1 by 2. Okay, like that. Now you got the x3 values. Now x3 value elements will be found out now. Okay, similarly how to calculate s1 now? How I got s1 row, like under x1 x2 x3 s1 s2 column 2 3 by 2 0 1 minus 2 and 2. For this last class you have discussed, we have a formula called, to find out s1 row elements we have a formula, that is new element is equal to old element minus product of elements in key column and key row divided by key element. You got the idea or not? Nothing but old element will be there, old element minus product of elements in corresponding key column and corresponding key row divided by key element, See here, old value is how much? 3. See here, where is my 3? Just you go for first column, first table. Okay, see here, first table, whatever it may be, first table 3 is there, no? Just 3 divided by corresponding key column, key element, corresponding element in the key. See here, 3 is there now. Its corresponding column will be corresponding column key value will be 1 and its corresponding row is 2 divided by key element. You got the idea or not? See here, once again I'll going to repeat it. Old value is 3. Okay, old value will be always 3 there. See, just to observe, s1 row under x1 column is 3, old value, that is corresponding key column element. What is key column element? Key column element is 1, and okay, here under 3 corresponding row is how much? Key row value 2 divided by key element. 3 minus 1 into 2 product divided by key element. If you do it, you are going to get 3 minus 1 equal to 2. Okay, similarly go for second now. S1 row under x2 column value will be 2. Okay, that is old element, and key here, one thing you remember, under S1 column each element, all the elements values, the key column value is always 1. Row value will changes, key column element will be common. See here, old value is 2 minus 1 will be constant into under 2. Okay, its corresponding key row is what? 1. See here, 2 minus 1 into 1 divided by 2. If you do it, you are going to get how much? 3 by 2. I want to represent 3 by 2. I have represented now. Okay, similarly x3 old value you need to go again, you go for old value 1. Okay, 1 corresponding key will be 1 and corresponding row will be 2 divided by 2. 2, see 1 minus 1 into 2 divided by 2. If you do it, 0. That's what I have represented here, 0. Okay, similarly I want to calculate s1 value now. Old value is how much? S1 here under S1 row, nothing but third row. S1 value is how much? 1. Corresponding key column is 1. Its corresponding row is 0 divided by 2. If you do it, you are going to get 1. Okay, similarly go for 0. Understood? And corresponding how much here? Corresponding column now. Corresponding column is always 1 and corresponding row is 1 divided by key element is 2. Just now I told 0 minus 1 into 1 divided by 2. If you do it, how much you got? Minus 1 by 2. See, this is when you are going to calculate your S1 row elements. S1 row elements. See here, once again I am going to repeat here. After find out your key row and key element, Okay, this will be decided by your Z equation decided by your key column. Similarly, your RHS divided by particular key column, nothing but RH is divided by particular values of key columns. Nothing but here in this problem, RH is divided by x3 values, key column element, key column elements, nothing values, nothing but 1, 2 here. Okay, these two will going to representing key column and corresponding key row. Intersection point will be key element now. Understood? Now, after this here, after key element nothing but here entering variable and key row nothing but here leaving variable. In this case, leaving variable is what? S2. S2 is replaced by x3. Okay, then x3 replaced now. Nothing but under BV column S2 will be replaced by x3 and corresponding CBO column its corresponding value in the objective function is 3. That's what I represented here. Understood? Then how to get the new values for particular rows? Okay, it is up to here it is same values from the first table. This is the second table, and when you go for first iteration it will be changes now. Okay, and here key row leaving row will be there, no, that value will be replaced by x3 now, and corresponding elements will be obtained by dividing your entire row values x3. Here example here x3 row elements can be obtained by dividing all the x1, x2, x3 variable by your key element. Our key here our replacing old element is what? 2. It corresponds divided by 2. If you do it, you will go into 1. Similarly 1 by 2. Similarly 1, 0, 1 by 2 and 1 and 1 by 2. Like this you are going to get the key row values now. Similarly you go for now key elements here. Key element intersection of key row and key column, that is what 2 here. Similarly you go for determining key row now. I told key row, similarly you got minimum value. Now you have to decide minimum value. In that minimum value among positive you need to take out and replace now. Then how to calculate S1 row now? S1 row, for S1 row you have a separate formula for that. What is the formula? New element is equal to always old value or old element into product of corresponding key row value and key column element divided by key element. So here formula just here I have taken here I have taken full key element. It is not full one, only for product it is divided by key element. Okay, I have done for everything I have divided by key element. It is not correct. Just here old element minus of that key element will be only for product. Sorry, I have written here wrong. Okay, just to make it correction here, old element minus product of key column key row divided by key element. Okay, just here. Similarly for old value, just you go for old value. How much? 3. Old value, that is 3. Corresponding key column element will be 1, and under 3 2 is your corresponding row. Okay, 3 minus 1 into 2 divided by 2, that is your, if you do it you are going to get new value for your S1 row. See, this is how you are going to calculate your corresponding S1 row, whatever it may be, new element for. If it is leaving variable, that corresponding element, the row will be there, no, replaced by your x3 variable here, that each and every element will be your dividing by your key element. For another row will be there, no, that will be how. Now to calculate that new elements we have a separate formula just now discussed. Old value minus product of key element values and corresponding key row value divided by key element will be there. See, this is how you are going to calculate your corresponding and row and column elements. Now just you observe here, observe this table. Once you calculated x3 variable and s1 variable, now you go for z equation. Again in z equation, what is the value here? Z equation, again you have formula summation of cbo into xi minus co. Now you go for now 0 into, just I have not written here again, I have not explained, just in oral I will tell you summation of cbo into x1 column here. 0 into 2 0 plus 3 into 1 1. Okay, 3 minus 1 equal to 2. Okay, positive value, you got it. Now similarly cbo into x2, now x2 column you need to multiply 0 into anything 0, 3 into 1 by 2, 3 by 2 minus 1, if you do it you will going to get 1 by 2, that is positive value, no issue. Again cbo column into x3 column, now 0 into 0 0, 3 into 1 1, 3 minus 3 is there, minus 3 0. Okay, next you go for cbo column into s1, 0 into 1 0, 3 0 0, and minus COO nothing but 0. Similarly, you go for here. Next one, CBO column S2 now 0 into minus 0 anything will be there. Next 3 into 0, 3 into 1 by 2, okay, 3 by 2 minus of CO value is 0, it will become 3 by 2. Now you observe here all the Z equation values are positive now. Yes or no? My maximization problems, my Z equation, if it is always greater than 0, equal to 0, then it will be considered as you stop it there, and the corresponding values will be needed for getting the maximization function. Now how to calculate here? For here, when you got the Z equation positive value, then you should go for your corresponding values now. For corresponding values we taken here, basic variable, just to observe basic variable column and RHS column. Here RHS column, what is my x3 value? In just to observe RHS column, that is 1. Okay, just to observe, since all the elements in Z equation greater than equal solution is optimum, it is given by x1 is 0, x2 is 0, and x3 is also x1, x3 will be x1 is 0, x2 is 0, and x3 will be 1. Then you substitute this equation in maximization function. What is my maximization function? That is maximum Z is equal to x1 plus x2 plus 3x3, and x3 equal to 1. If you maximize, you are going to get value 3. This is what my maximum value. Okay, I hope you understand this problem. This is a very simple problem. Okay, understood? This is a very simple problem, and if any problem in, if you have doubt, any difficulty in this problem, just you say it in Google Classroom. Just comment on this so that I'm going to rectify and I'll solve in the next video class. Thank you.